So you've got your Ally X and you've just installed Oblivion from the disk and you're wondering what the best settings are. Well, that's why you're here and I'm just gonna give it to you straight away. So first of all, we want to go into Armory Crate. Head over to the Performance tab, go to Performance. I want you to set 8 gigabytes of GPU VRAM, right? I am playing this in 25 watts turbo, and if you're gonna be playing plugged in, you're gonna have an even better time again. The other thing I'd recommend is just turn CPU boost off. It doesn't make any difference. The GPU is more used in this game. It's not a very, very heavy CPU game. So having this on is just going to make your system run hotter for no reason. So turn that off. Now head into the game settings and I recommend dropping this to 900p. 1080p is too demanding and 720p just looks rubbish. So 900p is a good middle ground just here. I'm going to turn VSync off. We're going to have the frame limit at 120. We're going to have show FPS on just because I'm going to read it up there. VRAM off. This is bugged for me on both my PC and this. It just doesn't actually work, but whatever. I'm going to leave screen space reflections on. We're going to have a custom layout just here. So I've basically gone all low other than shadow quality, because dropping this down too low completely kills the look of the game. So I'm taking a little bit of a hit here to have medium quality shadows. We've got global illumination quality at medium, texture at medium, reflections, post-processing, hair, clothes, and looming all on low or off if it can go that far, right? And then Lumen software ray tracing obviously off or low. And then we've got FSR here. I'm on performance mode at 900p, but crank that sharpness right up, because honestly, I know sharpness, if you're anyone that deals with photos or video, you don't want to add sharpness, but it truly helps mask that upscaled look from a low resolution. So I recommend just going up to about 80%, anywhere between 70 and 90%. Do it to your taste and go that far. You can use frame gen. It is built in. FSR, AMD, frame gen is built into the game, but personally, I don't like frame gen. It introduces some lag and I just don't like the feel of it, as well as it only affects the visuals. So you already need a high frame rate for it to actually even be usable. My preference is turn it off, but if you do want extra bump up and you like frame gen, by all means, use this. Because it's got it built into the game, I would not recommend using lossless scaling or AFMF2, because FSR 3 here has been implemented. It will perform better. And with all that said and done, we are now in the game and we average around 40 FPS. So inside the city, just over there, we're getting between sort of 37 and 47. So around that 40 FPS mark. Out in the open world, as you can see here, which is like the most demanding, we're getting around that 40 FPS mark. Obviously, we've got low frame rate compensation as well. The camera will not do this justice because I'm filming at 25 FPS. So if it looks a little bit choppy, it's because the camera is filming at 25 and this is outputting at like 40 plus, right? So that is what it's like. So to me, it's super smooth because of that beautiful VRR screen we've got on the Ally X. The other thing I'd recommend you doing before we go and test the frame rate inside a dungeon is I have bound this back paddle to left stick in for run, and then I've bound this one to Y for jump, because for me, reaching up there is quite a step. Going to these buttons, nice and easy, but going that extra step, I have to shift my hand and I don't like it. Whereas with the back paddle, I've just gone to jump. So to do that, you want to press the Armory Crate button, find your game, press X, set profile, and then you want to set the bottom left one, which is actually this one just here because it's like reverse, right? It's a flipped over display. So bottom left to Y and then bottom right to left stick in. And that is then going to save that profile to the game so that you can then run with the left button in, right? The left back paddle, and jump with the right back paddle. And I find this super, super handy. And just to show you as well, I know we're inside now, but we're getting around between sort of 55 and 70 FPS inside dungeons, which I find absolutely acceptable, you know, like 60 FPS, pretty much average. But look how sharp everything is. Like I am right close to the wall. I can't go any closer to the wall. Look at that rock just there. Look how sharp it is, even though we're at 900p upscaled in performance mode. We're in performance mode right now, right? And this looks super sharp. If you told me that was 1080p, I would believe you. I would say, yeah, that looks like 1080p. And that is because we bumped that slider really high. So like I said, between 70 and 90% on the sharpness, just do it, because honestly, it really hides that upscaled look and it looks so good. The same with the floor. If I crouch down and look at the floor, and again, the shadows being on medium really make this game pop. It really looks good. And obviously we're in the city now, and you can see that I'm still within the 40 FPS mark. I mean, it goes down between sort of, I'd say 36 lowest, up to about 45. So we're in around 40 FPS average, and I find that absolutely acceptable. It just runs great on the Ally. The Ally X is such a beast. I love this thing. Being able to play something like Oblivion on Game Pass, you know, this is just wicked. Like, such a good game. Being able to go from my actual desktop PC to then going, you know what, I'm going to continue my save on here. Like, it's just such a winning experience being able to run something like this. I think it's great. Run it at 900p with the settings I've recommended, and you're going to have a really good time. Let me know your settings down in the comments. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, become a member, and you can talk to me and AJ over on our private Discord, and stick around for our podcast and everything handheld gaming. Bye!